Hello, lovely ladies of the human design community. Let me come and find you. Give you a little tag. I'll find myself even. Still got a frog in my throat. For those of you who know, I mean, I'm not going to harp on about it for ages, but I've had what I think is some kind of flu virus for the whole of December, pretty much. So I'm coming out the other side now, and I'm very grateful for my health and my immunity. So, okay, if I start coughing, you'll know why. My circle of death is here. So the spinning circle, give it a second, it'll kick in, it'll do what it needs to. Okay, I think we're back. Okay, so come and say hello if you're watching the replay. I can see that nobody's live just yet. Some people are live. Come and say hello. Let me know you're here. Let me know you're watching. And let me tell you a little bit about what we're going to do today. Essentially, what I wanted to do while we're in this space of possibility and this kind of this expansiveness, it's like this no man's land in between Christmas and New Year. But for me, it just feels really expansive. It feels really magical. It feels really like the veil is thinner. We can really get to grasp and touch what is possible and tune into what it is that we're creating moving forwards, what it is that we're calling in and setting the tone, setting the intention for what the next year is going to look like. Now, I don't mean doing the whole new year, new me. You will see very soon, actually, that is so far away from actually how I work. And there's whole campaigns and ads and everything coming out very soon saying you don't need new year, new me, because the you who is able to create all of your desires already exists inside of you. That's your human design, right? Your soul already created that for you. So you don't need to fix anything. You don't need to create anything. You don't need to mend anything. What you need to do is to understand who you are at the soul. So I'm not talking about new year, new me. I'm not talking about setting New Year's resolutions, because quite frankly, all of that is hype, it's BS, it's pressure, and it's not quite right. Right? It's fundamentally not going to support you to get to where you want to be. Hey Rachel, how are you, lovely? Hi Fiona, how are you? Oh, I'm so glad you're here. It's so lovely to be back in the land of the healthy and being able to come and share. It's been such a long time while I've been recovering. So come and say hello. And yeah, interact as I go through this. We're going to go through quite a lot today because, like I said, I just missed coming in here and sharing. So what we're going to talk about today is your momentum guide. Now, I don't want you to think about momentum as being like a hustle or what do they call it? A sprint, like a sprint or anything like that. It's not about having to move fast. It's about how can you create the foundations that are going to support you to move faster than if you didn't have these things. So how can you really tune into what is true for you, how you're going to create that, and how you can be fully supported and sustainable in the process of doing it. That's what I'm going to share with you today. It's going to be really interactive, so come and ask me your questions, and I'm going to give you as much information as possible, but ask me all of your questions, because what is important in this is that you know how to move forward and you're not getting overwhelmed with all of the other noise or distracted with all of the other noise. And it doesn't matter if you're looking at this through the lens of business. I mean, obviously, I'm going to give you more business things, but it's still going to apply even if you're not in business, even if you're not, self-employed or an entrepreneur, it's still going to work for you. So that's what we're going to cover today. It's just a marketing opportunity for diet products. It's a marketing opportunity, full stop. It doesn't matter whether it's diet products. It doesn't matter whether it's like buy the motorcycle you always dreamt of. Like, it's just a marketing opportunity, full stop. So yeah. Last minute change of plans. I've got family rounds to have to watch later. No worries. Loving the HD report. Thank you so much. My pleasure. I'm really glad you love it. You look so much better. Yeah, I feel so much better. Only literally yesterday started feeling better. It's been very interesting. Okay, so let's get into this. Your momentum guide. Here's what I'm going to share with you. I have this all written down here so I can have a look at this. Okay, so how to set 2023 up for success, and it's not what you think. Your momentum trifecta that brings clarity, certainty, and alignment to propel your business forward sustainably and fast track your success by understanding exactly where to focus your energy. Then I'm going to give you bonus 3 things that are essential for your 2023 abundance. This is going to be more specific to business, but all of the things are going to integrate and align and be perfect, of course. So, hello, whoever's saying morning, I can't see your name, but morning. Okay, so how to set 2023 for success, and it's not what you think. Here's the thing that I see the most often. Right now, there's this over focus on goals. Let's set all the goals. Let's get your goals. Let's get your, like, how are you going to create your 6-figure year? How are you going to create your 7-figure? Who knows what it is, right? And it's all very focused on goals. Some of you may have heard me talk about this before, but it's more important than ever to really understand this. Goals are created from your head. Goals are very masculine. So they're formed in your head and they're very logical. And because they're formed in your head and because they're very logical, the way that you have to bring them into reality also goes through the lens of what is happening in your head, what is logical, and what is masculine in order to bring those into reality. Now, what I want to say very quickly is I don't want to be beating up on the masculine because it's not about that. It's not about saying masculine is wrong because it's not. And I know there's a lot of that, like masculine is wrong, don't be masculine. And that's not what I believe at all. What I believe is that the masculine is super important, but it's not the only part of this process. And the truth is that for women, if we're in the masculine all of the time, then that's the fast track to burnout. It's not fulfilling. It's not like this passionate experience. It's just like drudgery. We become really robotic and we look to the masculine to solve the problem. So it's a little bit like the results aren't coming, so I've got to fix it. I've got to find a solution. I've got to do more. I've got to work more. I've got to take more action. I've got to logic it more. And that is going to disconnect you firstly from all the wisdom that's in your body. It's going to burn you out because you're using all this excess of energy that is not going to support you in the way that you're designed to be supported. And it's not going to lead you to the path of actually what you desire. Now, if we flip this and we look at desires versus goals, then we have a very different experience. Now, with goals, I can tell you that when you reach a goal, it never feels as good as when you create a desire. And this is in my experience. I've been in business now for, oh my God, how old's Archie? 11 years in business. The whole goal of my business to begin with was 6 figures. I didn't even realize I'd got 6 figures because I was so busy doing. I hadn't factored in any desires. I hadn't factored in what I actually wanted my life to look like, what I chose to feel like when I got there. I hadn't factored anything in. And what that really meant was that I had no time with Archie. I was burnt out. I was ill. I was living on a diet of red wine and Red Bull. So like it wasn't healthy on any level. And I couldn't take myself out of the business because I built the business around me, which meant that if I stopped, the business stopped. And at the time, my overheads were high because I was like, well, you need an office to be successful and you need a team to be successful. So I had all these overheads. So I had to keep working and I was paying myself very little at the time, even though I had this like, the elusive 6-figure business and the thing that you're supposed to aim for and the goal and all of those things. So the truth is that actually brought me to the place where I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. This is not how I desire to live, to run a business, to parent, to be. I couldn't even take a holiday without taking my computer. Now, well, actually since 2018-ish, 2018. Well, 2017, I knew I had to change and went on this kind of pilgrimage to find the way. And then 2018 is when everything changed. So for the last nearly 5 years, my business has been really focused on desires. What is it that I desire? And it changes and it evolves and it moves because as women, we're desired to be cyclical. And I can tell you that during that time where it's been desire focused, I've been happier, healthier, I've had more freedom, and more impact and income in my business. So what I'd like you to really tune into and really understand is desire is like in your womb space. It's in this sacral chakra. It's in your body. It's not in your head. It's the complete opposite end. Your desire is actually where you're able to tune into what is it that is going to feel really great? What is going to feel really sustainable? What is going to have me connected with not only motivation, but also the creation of a lifestyle, a life, and a business that supports that feels amazing. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Wendy. Greetings from Egypt. Oh, lovely. With desires, here's the thing. Here's what I want to explain to you. Some of you have heard this analogy before, but it's the best analogy I've got, right? If you've got children listening, I'm not going to go really graphic, but I'm going to be talking about sex. I'm not going to go really graphic. Don't worry. This is not like 50 Shades up here, so don't worry. Okay, so what I want to tell you is this: masculine and feminine. Let me break this down a little bit in the energetics. In order to create the miracle, whatever that miracle is for you, in order to create your manifestation and bring it into reality, there needs to be a part masculine and a part feminine. So if we think about this in the context of a baby, the creation of the baby, arguably the greatest miracle in all the world, right? This baby, if you think about scientifically and biologically the things that have to happen in order for that baby to be created, it's insane. It's not just like I was told at school, like, be careful, it's really easy to get pregnant. Well, actually, it's not always the truth, right? I was just thinking about Tantra actually and using the energy of that to help with your desires. Yeah, 100%. It's really powerful. So the thing about creating this miracle, you need masculine and feminine. And it's not like a formulaic, you need 50% masculine, 50% feminine. It's not that, because if we're substituting the baby with any desire that you have, right, it's not quite that. But there has to be part and part. And the role of the masculine is to provide. The role of the masculine is to be the giver, right? Think about making the baby. And the masculine, he's ready to give anytime, like literally, right? You want to make a baby? Yeah, let's go. Right? Maybe not you want to make a baby, but you know what I mean. Like the masculine is ready to go. For the feminine energy is receiving. The feminine energy is the receiver. In order for the feminine to receive, certain things have to happen. So you have to feel safe in order to receive, in any way, but specifically in this way, because the reason I'm giving you this example is because what's true in form is also true in energy. So in order to receive, you have to feel safe. In order to receive, there has to be some level of desire and passion. And you have to be open. Most women are in the masculine, doing. I can do this myself. I can take over this myself. I'm just going to clear my throat. Hold on one sec. That might happen a lot through this live, but it's all good. Moving all the energy. So most women, because of the culture that we're in, this is not anybody's fault. This is the culture that we're in, the society, the energy. We're bringing all of this legacy, understanding and awareness as well, that we're just going to take over and do it ourselves. We're going to do. I don't need the man. I'm going to do it myself. Like, you want something done, you do it yourself. There's a whole culture around distrust when it comes to men, to the masculine. There's a whole culture around pleasing men in every possible way, right? Imagine in the creation of the baby, if it was the woman who finished first, that was the end of it. Firstly, men wouldn't be that interested. Secondly, no creation of the baby. But it's not only about that. It's about the fact that everything is geared up to do what is right for the man. What we've got to understand is that when we reconnect with our femininity, when we reconnect with trust for the masculine, when we reconnect with our body, this is where we access the creation of the miracle. This is where we manifest from. This is where we create our reality from. Now, if you think about this, if you think about your reality, if you think about your world, You can see where there's like, okay, I'm super in the feminine, or I'm super in the masculine, or I'm going to take over from the masculine, or I trust the masculine, I don't trust the masculine, I trust the feminine, I don't trust the feminine. You can see where these things are coming up. You get to see that. And it's okay. It's not about seeing it and going, oh my God, this is so bad. This is wrong. It's not about that. It's going, okay, I can see it. This is amazing. Because awareness is the first step in order to create change. So you go, okay, this is amazing. How do I get to a place where there's not balance, right? Balance is also a myth, but where there's harmony. Where there's a harmony between the masculine and the feminine. How can I work on trusting the masculine? How can I work on trusting the feminine? How can I be open to receiving? How can I, not be all in the masculine or all in the feminine? Whatever is required, just feel into it. We're not going to go into that loads today, but I want you to be aware of that. Now, the thing about desires is this. In order to connect with your desire, you have to connect into what actually feels amazing. It's not what is logical, not what can I realistically do. What feels amazing? What feels incredible? And then you really tune into that in your body. What does your world look like with this? How does it play out? How do your days look? How does it feel? Not what do I need to do to get there? No, that has a place, of course, but not here. Not here in this magical world where you're creating your reality, where you're tuning into your desires, when you're connecting with what actually turns you on. That world, that's where you want to play. You want to tune into the energy of 2023. That's the world you want to play in. Not, okay, logically, here's what I can do. No. In my body, here's what I desire. And the thing is, the biggest way you're going to get there is to then detach from. It has to happen in this logical order, in this, not only logical order, but in this, by the halfway point, I need to be at least halfway there. So by June, I need to be halfway there. By December, I need to be all of the way there. No, you tune into the energy and you let it unfold. Okay. So that's the first thing that I would like you to do. Like after this, when it's finished, really go and tune into this. Like in my body, what feels incredible? Now, I want to give you a little clue about what feels incredible. It's going to feel like it's a little bit out of reach. It's going to be that place where it feels so juicy in your body and your brain goes, well, hold on. And that's the sweet spot. That's the place where you've got this beautiful experience of the excitement of creating it and the resistance of, well, hold on, this is going to maybe feel uncomfortable. Maybe I'm going to have to explore some things. Maybe I'm going to have to change some things. Well, yeah, maybe. Because if you want the same that you got, then do the same that you did, right? But if you want to do something different, then you got to do something different. So really tune into that and notice the resistance and notice where your brain goes, well, hold on, and celebrate that, because that is your clue. That is your guidance system that, hello, we're good to go, right? Okay, so spend some time doing that. Doesn't matter when you do it. Like, it doesn't have to be done before New Year's Eve, any of those things, but really spend some time doing that. I love to do this in a really indulgent way. So I'll tell you exactly how I do this. I create a whole scene, like even now, right? Even to come and share with you, I've created a whole scene. I've got candles, all this really beautiful energy so that I can come and share in the energy that I would do this work. Candles around, put a pretty dress on, put some good music on, get into the energy, get into that desire, that juicy energy. I'm so sorry about the throat clearing. Let's just be grateful that this is not coughing, because the coughing has been extreme. So get into the energy And don't put a time limit on this. So don't do it when you've got to feed the kids in an hour, or you've got a shop coming in an hour, or whatever. Give yourself space to really fit into this, because for me, this is such an indulgent experience and I love it. And I literally get my journal, get a beautiful journal and a pen that you love to write in. And I write out, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to celebrate what I've achieved. And it always starts in that way. And then I'll explain where I am, what I'm doing. So it might be, I'm in a gorgeous new house that I just finished renovating. I love renovating houses. I'm in a gorgeous new house that I just finished renovating, and I'm sat at the kitchen and I'm drinking coffee and it tastes so good. It's so creamy. And I can hear Archie laughing in the background, and I can smell the fresh bread cooking. I mean, I don't cook bread. We don't even really eat bread, to be honest. But, you know, my whole focus is, how do I make this so multi-sensory that I'm in that moment? And then there's no time on it. I'm not saying this time next year. No, there's no time on it. But I'm really connecting with the energy of it. And then I'm getting into this space where I go, okay, this is what I created. This is what I did. I'm so grateful that I was able to be on the head stage, or I'm so grateful that my business did this, or I'm so grateful that I impacted 1 million lives, or, you know, whatever it is. You don't have to figure it out. You don't have to work out how it happened, or if it's logical, if it's going to happen this year. You don't have to do that. You be in the whole indulgence of this experience, and you feel it fill up your body and spark every single cell in your being with this possibility, with this reality that you're creating. And the more you're writing about how it feels, the more you're embodying how it feels. It could take hours, and that's perfect. Make it feeling focused, make it multi-sensory, embody it as you're writing it, and then I connect with it every single day. Whether I read it through, whether I take a moment to visualize that time, that place, that moment of gratitude, whether I create what I call a coding, which is where you literally pick up your phone and speak for 2 to 3 minutes, and you listen to it as you're brushing your teeth. You could literally talk about it in 2 to 3 minutes and listen to it every single day. So grateful that I created it. You talk in the tense of it already being done. I'm so grateful that this happened. I'm so grateful that that happened. It doesn't have to be only business. I've written whole love stories in the past. It gets to be a really beautiful experience. Okay, so that's the first thing, right? That's how you set your 2023 up for success. Does that feel good? Let me know. Who's excited to go do that? It's one of my favorite things to do. I do it a lot. Okay, now I want to tell you about your Momentum Trifecta that brings clarity, certainty, and alignment to propel your business forward sustainably. Okay, there's 3 parts to this. Obviously, it's trifecta. It's 3 parts to this. The first part is building on what we've already created. Love it. Okay, I love that, Fiona. Excited. Me too. I'm so excited. So Archie was supposed to be going out with my ex. He was going to come take him out and take him bowling and stuff this afternoon. And then Archie, my little manifestor babe, with all his hermit energy, was like, no, I don't want to go. And I'm like, what? But I really want to do this. But it's all perfect. I trust in the timing. It's all perfect. So sexy. I love it. Amazing. Okay, so let's look at the trifecta. The first thing is, I was trying to think of the word for this, but it's basically your GPS. Like, which direction are you heading in? I'm not a big fan of plans, right? I'm a generator. I respond in real time, but I'm a big fan of foundations, because this is where you have the support and the guidance, which is the masculine part of your business. It's really important that you have this. Otherwise, it's really easy for most of you, because I know how many of you are likely to have certain undefined centers in your human design. Like, it's very easy to get caught in the whole this way, this way, this way, this way. Oh, I love your business model. I love your business model. I love this. And before you know it, you have no clarity, no certainty, no alignment. And you're trying a bit of this and a bit of that. And you're like directing your car this way, or you're directing your car this way. And you're just stationary. And it's not about having this whole business plan mapped out for the whole year or the next 5 years. I mean, God, when people say, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I'm like, how can I ever even know that? Like, really? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Who knows? Like, this is just crazy. So when we're really bringing this energy in and we're looking at what is your GPS, it literally is a guidance system. It's not a written stone kind of plan that you have to do. It's a guidance. It's like, which way we point in the car? What is the direction we're going in? And from that GPS, I can guarantee that you look at your business and you go, okay, this is the way we're going in. You can look at your business and you can do a number of things. You can eliminate the things that are no longer aligned or no longer aligned with that direction. You don't have to get rid of them altogether. You just put them to the side for a little bit. From that GPS, you can look at what you already have that is taking you towards that direction. By the way, this is where you get your low-hanging fruit. This is where you get like the quick wins. This is where when you point the car in the right direction in the way that you're headed, you can go, okay, this is going to be super easy to actually build that momentum. Because with the quick wins, the low-hanging fruit makes me feel a bit weird, that phrase. But with those quick wins, the short-term wins, let's call it that. Quick wins was making me feel weird too. For those of you who are new to me, I'm really at one with the words and the language, and some of them I'm like, oh no, I don't like it. Let's change that. So all businesses require short-term and long-term focus in one way or another, right? So you're building for the long term in lots of different ways. I'm going to tell you how to do that in a minute. The short term builds the momentum, and it's going to create this it propels you forward essentially. So the short term, from the GPS, you can look at your business and go, actually, here's what I can do now. It's really easy. Instead of looking at all of the things and go, I could go this way, I could go that way, I could go this way. You find your GPS and it allows you to remove anything that, can't remember which way I did it, remove anything you don't need to focus on right now. Just pause it, really go all in on one place. By the way, manifesting generators, I'm not saying you restrict yourself or you don't get to tune into freedom. That's not what I'm saying at all, because you still get the freedom, you still get to play and have fun, but you get to do it in a way that is like with a bit of direction. But for manifesting generators, what you might find is that you do a little bit of direction, you go, actually, I want to go this way, I want to go that way. But the point is that you have to do it from a place of alignment, not just like open head center, for example, going squirrel, 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 squirrel. You've got to come back to this place of, here's my desires, here's what feels really juicy and lit up and turned on. If you leave them on the page and you're reading them every day, but you're doing nothing in your business to move toward that, that's not the manifestation, because remember the feminine and the masculine. So we're going to do something that then starts to move your business, at least in that direction, and then work with your human design, which I'll talk about in a minute anyway. So the GPS is going to give you the guidance. Then you want to be able to really tune into, how are you going to implement this with this guidance? Now, in most instances, sorry, I'm not used to actually talking, so I've got really, really thirsty. Okay, so implementation. In most instances, I can pretty much say there's 3 areas in your business that require a little bit of focus. In order to implement that GPS, I can say that you either need to really focus on your marketing or your offer or your sales strategy, system, whatever you want to call it. Okay? Those are the 3 main pieces. Now, what I find is that there's one of those pieces for everybody that I work with that requires more focus. So when you've got your GPS, when you go, okay, here's my desires, so here's what I'm focusing on, this is where I'm moving forward to, then you want to take inventory a little bit and go, do I have the marketing? Do I have the offer? And do I have the sales system in place in order to create this? And if not, what do I need to put in place? Because it's not about saying that you have to put something in place and that's it for the whole year. But it's about saying, you know what, I'm going to be more supported in my business if these things are in place so that I know how to move forward. so that I've got clarity and certainty and alignment, and I know how to move forwards. Does this make sense? Let me know. You need the marketing, obviously, because you need to be able to connect with your audience and expand your audience. It's not just about connection. You have to expand your audience as well. You need the offer because I've got a whole training on this actually somewhere. Essentially, if you don't have an offer that is high demand and speaking to your soulmate client, then it's a real hard sell. In this world, now I'm not saying this to be all scare tactic and like the media. I don't like that's not what I want to do, but also we can't bypass these things, right? The truth is you can create abundance. There's more opportunity than ever every single day to create abundance. And you know, the thing about recession and the things that we're experiencing now is it's a fact of the economy. It's the fact of the economy. It's cyclical, like women, right? It's cyclical. But it's also true that there's more millionaires and billionaires created in a recession than out of recession, because we're the people who are able to have this awareness of what is going on, that we can pivot to move with opportunities, that we have got our own say in what is happening. We're not in a corporate box, right? In a corporate cubicle with no say about what's happening. The last time we were in recession, I was employed. And I'd renovated a house, sold high, bought a new house, bought high, and I had literally bought at the highest month. Remember with the subprime crash, all the subprime lending stuff? So I'd bought at the highest month. So my mortgage was really high. Went into work the next day. I worked in a construction company. I was marketing in the construction company. Went in the next day, and everybody had a pay cut. They were like, if we're going to continue operating, everybody in the business needs to take 10% pay cut. I had no control. I had no freedom over that. I had no say in that. And it was tough, right? So actually that's when I started looking to start lots of different businesses at the time. Actually, that's a story for another day. So the thing about this is that we have got opportunity to create whatever we desire. With the offer piece, what is happening is that more people are coming online, especially after COVID, right? Everyone started to look online. So what's happened is that the growth rate of online businesses has gone like this, and the technology that was always predicted to support that has not caught up with it. So you've got this oversaturated marketplace. You've got all of these people who are saying the same thing. There's a lot of people saying the same thing, right? All these people saying the same thing. A lot of people following templates or blueprints or not following what's true for them. And then you've got a lot of this fear that is in the collective. There's a lot of fear from the media. There's a lot of pessimism. There's a lot of uncertainty. And so people are more conscious about where they're investing their money. It's a natural situation from all of these different things that are happening, right? So in order for people to be like, yes, that's what I need, you've got to have an offer that is really well designed and well crafted so that your soulmate client is like, yeah, that's actually what I need. You've got to know how to market so that you stand out. You've got to know what the offer is that is making sense to your soulmate client at this time. And you've got to know how to sell that. These are the facts of business always, but it's more important than ever. And actually, what is going on in the marketplace means that you have got an opportunity to get my words out, to become so good at the marketing and the offer and the sales piece of your business that when we come out of the recession, your business is going to fly. It's like the arrow, right? Pull the arrow back. Your business can fly now. It's up to you what you think about what is going on in the world. It's up to you how you support yourself in your body. Remember, I said that in order to receive, we have to be in this feeling of safety. Well, how are you taking care of your nervous system? How are you supporting yourself through alignment, through calibration, through expansion, through the noise out in the world? How are you supporting yourself energetically? It's all available for you. It's all there. Every single one of those desires that you dream up. Doesn't matter what is going on in the economy. There's so many opportunities. So those are the things that we need to look at when it comes to implementation. And then the next part of it is calibration, because here's what happens. And this is not what a lot of people talk about, but I can guarantee you this is what's going to happen. There's I'm just giggling to myself because everything that I create, all of the models that I create and the concepts end up being in triangles. And Archie listens to me doing these lives and he'll literally go afterwards, oh, triangle, 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 triangle. If it's not in a triangle, what's even the point? Triangle, triangle, triangle. So it is a triangle. I wish I had my board here that I could draw it. But essentially, there's three levels for expansion. The first is alignment. So alignment is understanding your human design, where you're going to, the strategy, all the things that we've been speaking about. I'm going to go into human design a little bit more in a minute. But all of these things, right? So alignment is your foundation. Once you have that and you start taking action, the next level of expansion is embodiment. Now, what happens with embodiment is that as you are implementing these things, because we're working in an energetic currency, because you're working with your own energy, because you're working in a way that is soul-led, heart designed, or maybe the other way around, soul design, heart led, who knows? It's different. We're not creating logical businesses where we spotted a gap in the market and we're looking to maximize profits. No, we're actually creating something that we are really passionate about creating impact for, about supporting people with. So when you then go and step into your marketing, your offer, your sales, whatever piece that is, or all of them, all of a sudden calibration happens because you're being asked to embody this. You're being asked to go even deeper in your own journey of embodying what you're saying. So for example, if I start talking about abundance, then one of the things that I know will happen is that there will be an opportunity to calibrate to expansion. I call these opportunities to calibrate. They're not tests or lessons or any of those things, because I don't believe that anything is testing us. I believe that we are giving opportunities to calibrate to that new level of expansion, to that new level of being. And it's all perfect. But we don't always see it. We don't always recognize it. We don't always plan for it. We're not always aware for it. So sometimes it can kind of sidesweep us. And this is where we get knocked off course, because maybe something happens, or maybe someone says something, or maybe there's something energetically that happens. But this is your opportunity to calibrate. It's not enough to know where you're going and to start implementing. You have to understand the energetic impact of this as well. Because going back to the triangle where we've got the alignment and the embodiment, they're how you create the expansion. And the more you're expanding your energy, the more you can hold, which means the more people you can serve, the more impact you can create, the more money you are making. And not only making it, but holding it. Not making it and then manifesting tax bills to get rid of it quick, or investing it out quick, but actually being able to hold it and feeling safe as a woman to hold money, which is a masculine energy. Does that make sense? I went super fast there. Does it make sense? What's going to happen is you're going to have opportunities to calibrate to when you start to implement these things in your business. You have to know how to navigate that. This goes back to what I was just saying about how are you supporting yourself? How are you looking after your nervous system, to your energy, to your own embodiment, to understanding yourself, supporting yourself? Okay, makes sense. Amazing. So to recap, they're the trifecta: the GPS, the implementation, and the calibration. Okay? You can look at that now. You can look at, do your desires first, always with the feminine first. You can look at your GPS. Okay, what is my direction? What do I need to implement in order to create that? How will I support myself so that I can calibrate? Like, what is it that you're gonna do? It could be as simple as integrating an embodiment practice every single day. It could be as simple as hiring a mentor. It could be as simple as working with a soul sister who totally gets it, so you can speak to each other every day and say, you know what, this is going on. What do you like? Support me with this, and then you support her in return. Oh, hold on 1 second. Someone at the door. Oh my goodness. So sorry. My food delivery came early. I was like, this never happens. Why are you early? He was like, I can wait. It's pouring with rain. He's got his big hood on. He's like, I can wait. I'm like, no, let me just unload it super quick. Oh, what a workout. Okay, thank you for your patience. Thank you for waiting. Honestly, early deliveries never happen in my world. So thank you for trusting the timing. Okay, so let me talk to you about how you can fast track your success. This is going to be no surprise to any of you that fast tracking your success in my world means understanding your human design. So when you understand your human design, it's not about it's not about having this like personality profile or this my star sign or anything like that. It's about having an actual map that is going to shortcut the learning for you. It's going to, that you're still going to have those opportunities, calibration and embodiment and all of those things. It's not about once you know your human design, you're embodied and aligned forever. No, of course not. But what it does mean is that you've got this guide to how you're designed to bring anything into reality, right? Even how you're designed to manifest is literally written in your human design chart. How you're designed to use energy, how you're designed to share your marketing message, how you're designed to infuse magnetism in your offers, how you're designed to sell, how you're designed to build a business that is going to be sustainable and fully supportive of you and be fulfilling for you. All of these things, it's in your human design. So it's not about saying understanding your human design is going to instantly change everything, because it's still this embodied process. The thing with human design is, so some of you here know your human design, right? So generator, projector. For those of you who know your human design, how embodied are you in your human design? Because it's not about being embodied once and then that's it, it's done. It's an ongoing experience. And the world that we live in has conditioned us in so many different ways. And what that really means is that we are wearing the layers of the world, of our experiences, of people who've been in our reality, who are bringing this like their way of understanding and their beliefs. So we're wearing all of those layers. But actually, if we can strip those layers back, if we can peel those layers back and come back to who we're always designed to be, then we are more aligned, more magnetic, more embodied, and more able to step into what we're here to create and what we're designed to be, do, have, and experience. The reality is that is not like quick fix. That is not, okay, now I know where my conditioning is, I can just shed it. Because how many of you have gone through, the saying, let me get it right around, new level, same devil, right? Whether you know about your human design or not. We do the work on one thing, we go through expansion, guess what's back, right? Ta-da! So it's about really being able to create this awareness about what is going on, to really lean into what empowers you and to recognize where your potential blind spots are, to use your human design as a guide and a map to not only understand and have this level of awareness, but to also embody, because knowing it is well, it's good, but if you're not doing anything with it, then what's the point? If you're not embodying it, if you're not integrating it, if you're not using it to inform how you do business, how you do love, how you do life, whatever it is, then what's the point? Do you see? Thanks to what I learned about my design, mostly from you, I do my best to live it every single day, and it's been such a difference. Yeah, it makes such a huge difference. And I will say that it takes courage to live according to your design, no matter what your design is, because the world does not teach you to live in that way. Now, some people will say, oh, it's harder for like projectors, for example, to live in this world because the world is not geared up for projectors. I will say it's hard for everybody to live according to their design because none of the world has taught you how to live in this way. Like, that is true. The world is not geared up for projectors. Projectors are the new age leaders to take us to the place where the world is geared up for projectors, right? But the world is not geared up to teach any of us, to share any of us, right? You think about generators. Do the work that makes you feel amazing, do the things that make you feel great versus do the work to show that you're valuable. But there's a whole legacy, there's a whole culture that says the work that you do is your value to the world. So there's a whole disconnect with that. Manifesting generators, you've got to know the way to go. You've got to finish before you move forward. You've got to, whereas you're designed to be in this flow and to dance from one thing to another thing and to learn in this non-linear way and to experience in a non-linear way in order to get to where you need to be, having experienced all of those things for a reason that is yet to be known. And then manifestors have got, if you look at the business world, their whole success languaging is for manifestors. Everything's set up for just do it. Get out there and do it. Initiate, inform. But actually, manifestor children are told to be quiet, stop making so much noise, stop being so bossy. Like it gets squashed at such an early age. So then when they get to the point where it's like, well, come on, it's really geared up for you. It's not. So the whole world is teaching us different ways to be that is not supporting. So it takes courage, it takes understanding, it takes compassion, and it takes commitment in order to really embody your human design. But what it does give you is a fast track guide to this is how you make your business more successful. This is how you understand your love life better. This is how you understand your desires with sex. This is how you understand what you're designed to eat. Like whatever it is that you want to look through the lens of, your human design is going to guide you. Now, I will say that doesn't always make it easy. Now, from my experience in my business, I have found it easier to connect with my human design and to use it because I'd already done so much of that work manually before I even understood human design. However, I am in the embodiment of how I am designed to eat. And that has come with a whole load of resistance. Like that is super interesting to me because in theory, the way I'm designed to eat is the most simple way ever, but it feels really complicated. So you've got to peel back the layers of what is really going on and notice the resistance as well. Okay. But human design will fast track your success. Make sense? By the way, for those of you who don't have your human design chart, then go to my website and get it because it will give you a guide as well. So at the moment, there is a guide on your business. What is coming up is a sovereign code guide because the sovereign code book is being launched in January. So there will also be a sovereign code guide. The eating thing is a new one for me. Yeah. Didn't realize it affected how you navigate love. It affects everything. It affects your health, how you're designed to exercise, your love, your money, your relationships, your relating, like everything is in there. You can see it all. It's very interesting. Okay, so the bonus piece that I wanted to share with you, 3 things that are essential for your 2023 abundance. The first thing, of course, is alignment. Don't just do the thing because you think it's the right thing or because everybody else is doing the thing. Do the thing because it's really aligned and do it in the way that is aligned for you. Don't do the thing or follow the fashions or the fads or the trends if it's not aligned because it will never work and it will deplete your energy. And it is going to, here's essentially what happens, right? Your auric field, your aura, is your magnetism. Your aura is where, when we're talking about expansion, this is where you're expanding to hold more, right? We want to expand this aura to hold more, hold more, hold more. When you are out of alignment, no, let's do it in alignment first. When you're in alignment, your aura is bright, it's shiny, it's magnetic. People are drawn to it. It holds a lot. When you're out of alignment, it goes like this. It contracts, it shrinks. So you're going to have to work harder and still not going to be able to hold as much. So make alignment your golden rule. Again, for those of you who are new to human design, your human design will tell you exactly how you are designed to feel alignment and exactly how you are designed to feel when you're out of alignment. So if you don't know that, again, go to my website or go to the guides, and there's loads of resources and literal guides in there that will tell you how to figure that out too. Or message me and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, the second thing is high demand offer. I mean, I spoke about this a little bit earlier. You really need to look at what you're selling. Is it high demand? What differentiates that to anything else that's in the market? What differentiates what you're saying and who you're saying it to anything else that she might be considering investing in? What makes your offer the thing that she's going to be like, oh my God, yes, I need this? Really get clear on that. And then the third thing is a sustainable selling system. My wish for every woman in business is that they have a sustainable selling system. This is a system that doesn't have to be like, by the way, can you see this orb that keeps coming up here? I don't know if you are noticing it as well. I think we've got some energy in the house. One of the jars, I've got this like row of jars, and last night one of them jumped off and flew across the floor. So see what's going on. So what I was saying, sustainable selling system. A sustainable selling system means not that you have a sales where you sleep thing, like you totally can, of course. But what it actually gives you is some kind of security, stability, foundation. Because if you know that you are creating impact and income in your business, then you are much more open to receive more because you feel safe. You're much more connected with alignment because then your brain doesn't come in and start going, but what if it doesn't make money? How are you going to pay your mortgage? It really supports you in so many ways. Now, I don't want you to get overwhelmed with this. It doesn't mean you've got to create this like 50-step funnel or anything like this. It means let's just look at how are you systemizing, creating impact, and turning that into income. That's it. You can take what you're doing manually and systemize it. All a sustainable selling system is what you're doing organically that's working in a system that is automated. And there are 3 very specific systems that I look at creating. The first one is your high value offer. What is the highest level of transformation you can create for your soulmate client, which often also comes with the highest investment? Because if you've got more money, you're going to feel safer. If you've not got money in your business, it's rare that I will say, start with something that's like, I don't know, £11 or something. Start like really look at how am I going to bring stability? The biggest myth in the whole world is that your business, hold on, it's not a myth, is it? The biggest misunderstanding, I think it is that if you are taken care of financially, you can give so much more to other people. So you've really got to focus on, I know you want to help people. I know you want to create impact. That's what you're all here for. That's why you're in business. But the truth is, if you don't have income in your business, you can't fully help people. Look at philanthropy. Philanthropists are already rich. They are already taken care of so that they can give so much more. The more you are taken care of, the more impact you can create, the more lives you can change, the more you are able to support people. That's a fact. So you want to make sure you're taken care of. So your high value offer is the first system, then passive, whatever that looks like. But the idea of the passive product and the passive system is that actually, if you're offering the high value offer and people are saying, no, I can't afford it, it's not the right time, whatever it is, totally fine, like obviously, then you create this passive product that gives them a taste of what this is anyway, or it gives them like the first part of it, or it's part of this whole journey. So then they get to the end of it and go, you know what, I've implemented this, I've seen the results, I've got the transformation, I'm ready to do this piece now. And then the last sustainable selling system is launching. Like get your actual foundations in place and then launch. Because you're launching from a place where you've got these foundations in place is going to be much more enjoyable, sustainable, successful. Energetically, financially, impact-wise, all of it, because you're taken care of. Remember, safety? When you have this safety, when you have this foundation in your business, you are open to receive more. Does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions about this? So I'm going to share with you an opportunity for you to implement all of these things, essentially. It's not a long sales pitch. I don't really do those. But I'm going to tell you that I have 4 spaces left because it's a really intimate experience. I've got 4 spaces left to work with you in January. And the way it looks is like this. So it's momentum. It's literally to fast track your expansion, your success in 2023 in a way that is aligned, sustainable, and looks at all of these things. So we start by having a one-to-one session together where we get super clear on your version of alignment, your human design, and your GPS, like your direction. Then we have a virtual VIP day. There's going to be maximum of 5 people in that experience. There's only 4 spaces left. And in that VIP day, we're going to get really clear on what already exists in your business. Where do we need to look at, your marketing, your offer, your sales system? And we're going to actually do the things there and then. That means you get my eyes, my support, my hands, helping your business, whatever is needed for you. It's not like this group, like everyone has to do the same. It's whatever is needed for you. And we're going to get really clear on that and then look at what is your implementation for the next 30 days in order to create this version of success and how you really step into it. And then after that VIP day, you get 30 days of support to support you in the implementation, to support you in knowing how to move forward, but more importantly, to support you in that calibration piece energetically. So that's when most people need the support, not when we're doing the thing. Like when we're doing the thing, that's great and it's exciting and everyone feels really high. But when they go home and then reality hits and start working through their business, then that's when you go, what? All these calibration opportunities coming up and I'm not sure what we said about this and I can't remember what we said about this. What? I'm so confused. But it's really about being able to connect with me on Telegram and say, you know what? Can you remind me what we're doing with this? Or this has happened. Can you support me with this? And I will support you energetically, strategically, with your implementation, with your accountability, all of those things, so that you have got everything set up for 2023 as a foundation. And we'll also talk about how you use your human design to know how to guide and how to move forward and the best business model for you and all of those things too. So that is, hold on, I will share the link for you in a moment. The investment for that is 1,500 around that, I think. Hold on, let me just get you the right numbers. We could have been more prepared by having this opened. Okay, so the investment for this is 1,499, it was £1 off, or 2 monthly payments of £777, excluding VAT. And the date that we are doing that, we can get your calls booked in. As soon as you sign up, we'll get your calls booked in for the first week of January. So you've got direction to move forward. And then we've got the VIP days on Friday, the 20th of January. Plus, as soon as you sign up, I will send you a bonus training based on where you are right now and your human design introduction so that you can get super clear on your human design before we even start working together and you've got more insight. So I've got these really, what I think are amazing reports that go really in depth on your human design, which are also business. So there's a general and a business focused one. So it will go into, here's how you're designed to run your business. Here's your strengths. Here's your magnetism. Here's how you're designed to make decisions. All of those things based on your human design. So if this speaks to you, I'm going to drop the document link in a minute so you can have a look. If you want to secure your place, then message me and let me know. If you have any questions, message me and let me know. Like I said, there's only 4 spaces left and this is the only time I have it planned to do this because it's like proper sacral generator response. So let's see how it goes. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, get your journals, plan when you're going to connect in with your desires. Use all the information in this. This information is really valuable. This information as like sometimes when we go to free trainings, it can be easy to see it as free information, but it's not. This is really valuable information and this will really create a solid foundation for you to move forward with. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments and I'll come back and answer them, whether you're watching replay or you're going through it again, then I'll come back and answer them. If you have any questions about Momentum, let me know. I'm going to drop the link in the comments so you can go look at all of the information, what it includes, and there's the sign up link. Like I said, there's only 4 spaces left. So thank you so much for being here. I know it's a weird time of year, this weird no man's land, but I really enjoyed sharing this with you, and hopefully it's been super supportive for you as well. Thank you so much. You're amazing. I love you. Oh, by the way, is it next week? I think it's next week. I'm going to go look in the events. I'm doing psychic business readings for you for your 2023. So come to that as well. Okay, you're amazing. I love you. See you soon.